4 days ago, Kahawa Pride arrived at King Car Grounds for a road match against what we thought was a bottom-of-the-table club, Utawala Youth FC. The match schedule showed it, we expected it, but as warm-ups were underway and kickoff approached, something seemed off. The club that had arrived to face us was not Utawala Youth FC. Instead, another club, Lakewood FC, had just inherited their place in the league, a far more formidable opponent that was a complete X-factor, but we knew that they had to be a competitive club if they were jumping into our league, likely a club similar to our level because we made the exact same move back in November, jumping up from the 6th Division County League to inherit a dissolving club spot in Regional League, the 5th Division, because we were next in line for that promotion. But this unexpected opponent was just the cherry on top of what was a non-stop, action-packed week of Kenyan grassroots football in our neighborhood of Kahawa West. An entry into Kenya's largest domestic cup with a prize pool of over 4 million shillings, a brand new superstar signing, a tackle that nearly left one of our midfielders infertile, and finally, the infamous, the controversial pool table on the roof. You're now watching Road to the Kenyan Premier League. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. My name is Hayes Canup, JerseyBird founder and your host of Road to the Kenyan Premier League. I have another huge episode for you guys today, but before we get into it, if you want to support this project, there are 3 main ways to do so. First up is the KPFC 10 for 10 deal. If your club is in need of new kits or apparel, work with JerseyBird and tell us you came from this Road to the KPL series. You will receive 10% off your order and another 10% donated directly to the club with a mention in our next financial report video. Just go to JerseyBird.com, tap start a project, and you will be paired with one of our designers who will create some awesome kits just like the ones you see in our videos. Next up is the official club Discord, the Lion's Den, which just passed 500 members. We host watch-along parties, vote on club decisions, and discuss all kinds of breaking news way before it's released to the public. Go check it out. It really has become an awesome community. And finally, if you just want a quick and easy way to donate, go to kahawapridefc.paperform.co to contribute. Any partnership request can be directed to kahawapridefc@jerseybird.com. And as always, thank you all for the support. Now back to the video. I will start this episode off with our biggest headline of the year so far, in acceptance into the Mozzart Bet Cup, which is the largest domestic cup in Kenya, comparable to England's FA Cup. 64 of Kenya's top clubs compete for a first place prize of 2 million shillings, with second, third, and fourth place prizes adding millions more to the prize pool. All of Kenya's top clubs will be competing, from Gor Mahia to Nairobi United to Kariobangi Sharks to the AFC Leopards. It will be the fiercest competition that Kenya has to offer, and we will be making our debut in the tournament as a 5th Division dark horse underdog. The tournament is scheduled to start in early February, with fixtures to be released soon, so we definitely have plenty of action to look forward to next month. Our next headline is the signing of Lewis Mwaniki, the homegrown talent that grew up in our academy from age 6 to age 17, emerging as a star in Kahawa West before signing with Division 2 side Ruiru Hot Stars FC, helping them win the league and achieve promotion to Division 1 before transferring to National Super League side MCF FC, just one step below the Premier League. Mwaniki is a complete utility forward. He can play any of the attacking positions, still in his prime at just 22 years old and still proving to be an offensive weapon, scoring in both the Suswa Stars friendly on January 11th and the 44 Bulldogs friendly last Thursday. Lewis re-signed with the Hot Stars in 2025, and now he will be transferring to Kahawa Pride, leaving behind a 10,000 shilling per month salary, 2,000 shillings per match win bonus, bonus, and full-time access to a club motorbike, all while dropping 2 divisions lower to play for us. So you might be wondering, how are we able to sign such a high-level talent? Well, that is where Lewis's story is even more incredible. He's doing it all for his mother and little sister. Lewis traded all the money and status of playing for a high-level Division 1 team simply in exchange for the club to hire his mother as head caretaker for the clubhouse. We did a major restructuring of our clubhouse staff, something that I will report on in detail next week, but she was the perfect candidate for the role, and now he is able to play for the club while also supporting his family. Those are our 2 main storylines to cover. Now let's get into the match recap from last week. Coming into this match, we had 2 wins, 1 draw, and still 0 goals conceded, but the players and staff were still far from satisfied.
The boys have been pushing themselves, they've been training well, and even on match days, they are hyped enough to win their matches. According to how the week has been, we expect total performance from the boys, we expect a good win from the boys. Let's see how it turns out at the end of the match.
Nilifeel poa, nikafeel proud kuanza kwa boy yangu ya kwanza ya ligi. Naangalia kuscore mingi, pia leo nataka kufunga pia. Sijui venye anacheza, but na tu tucheze venye hata paka tujajua venye alikuwa anacheza, but today pia tunaendea win.
Me scoring, it helps the team to earn maximum points, so it's important for me to score goals. Defensive wise, we are good. I think we can improve in scoring so that we can help the team in having many goals.
I'm proud. Yeah, we do very much good on keeping the clean sheet and helping our team to secure a win. It's not just a game, but we can do it.
Many fans had been asking about Kasim Winyi, aka Little Dembele, as he hadn't appeared in last week's league match.
Kwangu mimi kwanza ningependa kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kipindi hichi, nimeweza kuwa tayari kwa physical and mentally. Kwa upande wangu pia, kwa game ambayo inayokuja, nitajitahidi kadri ya uwezo wangu kuzidi kuonyesha performance ambayo nilikuwa nayo. Alafu pia kwa upande wangu na kwa upande wa mashabiki, naomba pia waweze kutusupport, wasituache kama wachezaji. Naahidi nitafanya mazuri zaidi hapo waliponiacha.
As I mentioned in the intro, Utawala Youth FC was on the schedule, but it was Lakewood FC who actually showed up to play us. Long story short, there has been a lot of chaos within Division 2, Kenya's 4th division of professional football, the level right above where we are. After further research, we learned that in December, Utawala Youth had been offered a spot in Division 2 and they accepted it, jumping up a level. What we didn't realize was that Lakewood FC, a club that we know nothing about, had jumped from County League, the 6th division, into our league, Regional League, taking Utawala Youth's spot. It appears that Lakewood took over for Utawala last week, losing 1-0 to middle of the table club Holy Mary FC, as the rest of Utawala's fixtures show 2-0, which is the default result when a club just doesn't show up for a match. So we showed up on match day and immediately we realized something was off, but of course we continued business as usual, getting into our typical pre-match routines. Coach Kim's starting 11 looked very similar to what he put out last week against Pac University, but with a couple minor changes. Veteran defenseman Kevin Mina got the start at right back, while defensive midfielders Marvin Okech and Glenn Negethe swapped sides. Moses Buire and Rahimu Salehe remained at left and right wing, while Austin Ochieng remained at center mid, and the Gatoto high press was back in store after it absolutely tore up Pac's defensive line last week. Keeper Miguel Karani is back healthy, but Kim went with Junior Munyao in net, and we were ready to go. The match opened up to a very disorganized start, with both sides really struggling to put any quality chances together. Georgiuma, the architect behind Gatoto's beautiful volley goal last week, is continuing to create chances with his touch passes, this time sending one just past Gatoto as the keeper comes out to shut it down. Despite the team's slow start, Uma seems to be playing on another level, playing as a complete two-way defenseman involved in all thirds of the pitch. But it was in the 17th minute when the first chance of the match finally arrived.
Taken in swinger. Brings it into the area. headed into, and it is a good save by Stephen Nelson. That was sailing in.
A cross from Uma is headed from Siddiqui to Gatoto, who puts it on net, but the keeper makes an incredible point-blank save to keep the match scoreless. We're keeping the pressure on as the ball stays in Lakewood's half for the vast majority of the first half as we start to put things together, but we keep coming up short of scoring. Finally, in the 28th minute, Lakewood puts their first shot on net.
Brings it into the area and almost finding the ball almost landing into the net, but the Junior Munyao spectacularly clears that and parries it away.
The rest of the half plays out without any major chances, and we go into halftime tied at 0.
Unakuwa mbele ya post, una pass. Ututafuti pena.
To start the second half, Coach Kim subs Salehe off for Mwinyi and Gatoto subs off for Brian Masharia. The second half continues with more of the same theme, constant pressure from our side but a lack of finishing. But in the 61st minute, Kasim Mwinyi makes his presence known.
Sprays the ball forward. Kasim gets off two markers, tries to bring one in and forces a smart save from the substitute keeper.
Little Dembele pulls up from just outside the center circle, nearly forcing Lakewood's substitute keeper to make a miraculous save, but the match remains scoreless. And 5 minutes later, it's Lakewood who strike back.
Cut out by Utawala, who really come alive this second half. Brings it into the area. Is that a chance? Forces a smart save of Junior Munyao.
Munyao with his second great save of the match, and shout out to Gold Star Goalkeeping. They hooked us up with a bunch of brand new gloves, and Lakewood is putting them to the test as Munyao parries away another dangerous chance. As the final 20 minutes approach, it now feels like anyone's game as we continue to apply massive amounts of pressure in the attacking third.
Tries to pick his marker, but then it doesn't hit, but then Kasim does it, so Brian Masharia into the area. Kasim sprays the ball wide, and it is completely missed by Moses Bwire. The goal was gapping.
Mwinyi forces a turnover and gets it to Kamau, who had just subbed on for Austin Ochieng, but he barely sends it wide as fans cannot believe we didn't just score. The momentum continues to build as Lakewood is barely hanging on, just doing anything they can to stop what feels like an inevitable Kahawa Pride goal.
For Kahawa Pride, gets off his marker in Marvin Okech, turns nicely, picks out Kasim trying to find some space there, but then Glenn Ngete brings it down the left-hand side to Brian Masharia, who brings that in, forces a save, and then Masharia miscues his kick, and then that's a completely missed chance yet again by the visitors. Kahawa Pride, they should take the chances.
Vuvuzela's blast, Lakewood players begin to collapse, but the score remains 0-0. Then, in the 76th minute, Kevin Mina sends a long ball to Kamau. It connects, but he is fouled hard, goes down, and play stops as our medic rushes to the scene. Eventually, he's back up, he flashes a quick thumbs up, and now it's all eyes on the free kick, which is placed just outside the box.
And Jojo Uma and Kasim standing over the ball. Who fancies this one?
And finally, both Mwinyi and Uma line up to take the shot, leaving fans to guess who is about to shoot.
This one, he feels that he can and might just do that. Jojo Uma brings that into the net. 1-0, Jojo Uma swung that beautifully, that left foot, to put the visitors ahead. Such a beautiful free kick, giving Kahawa Pride that goal they needed. Painful Tawala youth, joy for Kahawa Pride.
With 10 minutes to go, George Uma sends our sideline into chaos, sending an incredible free kick into the back of the net, a perfectly executed play by our squad. And the craziest part, George visualized the exact goal moments before actually scoring it, even practicing his celebration, which would be for real just moments later. Kahawa Pride 1, Lakewood FC 0. Now, all we have to do is lock in for the next 10 minutes, and our third win in a row would be secured. But just 4 minutes later, chaos erupts.
Kahawa Pride Sadiki tries to pick his man down. Ow! That's a nasty tackle. That's a nasty tackle, and that should be a send-off.
In what is by far the most aggressive tackle we've seen all season, Marvin Okech gets karate kicked in the upper thigh and immediately goes to the ground. Muinyi can't believe what he's seeing. The ref pulls his red card out in seconds, and all the Lakewood player can do is lay on the ground pretending to also be hurt. Last week, we had the Tony Blair crash out. This week, it's the Lakewood laugher, as number 3 cannot contain the joy he feels after taking out our starting midfielder, smiling ear to ear as he exits the pitch. After a full 5 minutes on the ground, surrounded by teammates and our medic, Okech is able to get back on his feet and walks off under his own power, but the damage had been done.
I guess that's football. He was just aggressive and maybe frustrated because of the loss. He had to make that tackle to satisfy their frustrations, probably, yeah.
I don't think it's in my place to judge the intention of the player. Even when the referees are officiating the matches, they never judge fouls with intention. They only check if it's careless or reckless. The tackle committed on Marvin was a reckless tackle, hence the red card.
Sisi sema intention ya play ilikuwa mbaya, but walikuwa a bit frustrated, pia walikuwa wako chini na walikuwa wanacheza bao. Maybe hiyo kuingiana pia tunaachia tu refa anasolve hiyo kivyake.
It really hurt me, but I'll stay strong and recover faster so that the next game shall be there.
Play finally resumes in the 91st minute, Lakewood now down to 10 men, and we actually continue to attack. Kim never likes to park the bus, so we keep the pressure on, but time winds down and the final whistle blows. It is over. Kahawa Pride 1, Lakewood FC 0. And no one is happier than George Uma, our unexpected hero of the day.
Kitu ilikuwa kwa mind yangu useme tu punga bao. Mimi kitu nimekuwa nikutrainia bao. Ni kitu nilisha hapa lazima tupige bao. Mimi na feel poa juu imekuwa ngumu, haijakuwa rahisi vile. Sasa nilisema wenye tumepata hiyo free kick lazima niwakilishe, ndio nipatie majamaa morali ambayo na furaha.
The fans were fired up after the match. Even on the road, we had fans coming to get some autographs before our team bus headed back home. Back at the clubhouse, we asked players and staff for their thoughts on the match.
It's been a good start for the season. Comparing with the last season, how we started, this is a good season for us, and we expect more from the boys.
It's a huge relief. It's exciting for sure. Much credit to the back line. They're doing a wonderful job.
Start of the season imekuwa poa kulingana na last season. Tulikuwa sheki kidogo, tulikuja kwa mkadaka za game za mwisho. Personally na feel kumekuwa na energy poa kwa team. Players wanajisukuma, defense line yetu tunawakaza unit na pia kipa wanajituma. Mmoja akitoka mwingine anaweza ingia ku step in.
First of all, I have to give thumbs up to the defenders led by Benson Govel, our captain. I'm so happy we have never conceded any goals so far. But all in all, we are the pride. Anyone who comes, we handle them.
Tumeanza vizuri sana kwa sababu madefender wetu wanaishi kwa kama masimba, muda wote wananguruma. Naweza nikasema yote tu anakuja, tutajua jinsi gani kukabiliana naye na tutashinda game zetu.
We improved to 3 wins, 1 draw, and 0 losses with still 0 goals conceded. Let's talk about the table for a minute because there has been a lot of controversy surrounding the standings. If you go to our league in SofaScore, you'll see that we have 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, and just 4 points. But if you've been watching the club lately, you'll know that we're actually undefeated. We've played 4 matches total, have 3 wins plus a draw, and that should put us at 10 points, which would be tied for 2nd place. This discrepancy is due to the fact that we inherited the spot of a dissolving club, Union FC, and joined the league in week 3 after Union had recorded 2 forfeits in the first 2 weeks. In our league, not showing up isn't just no points, it's a negative 3-point penalty, so we are still carrying that negative 6-point penalty from the 2 no-shows. The good news is those 2 forfeit matches were never played and they will be replayed during the season. The teams who took the points from those matches, Victor's Faith and Jacaranda Bunge, were both home teams for the forfeits. They did not even have to travel. Union just never showed up. So while the table does look bad right now, it will be fixed throughout the season. We'll get to play those games and compete for a promotion, which only goes to the 1st place club. Before I end this video, I still have 3 more really cool things to share. We officially kicked off our Man of the Match experience program. This is a weekly segment that takes our Man of the Match plus another standout from the week's previous match on a mini adventure in the Nairobi area. Moses Bwire, who earned Man of the Match with a stellar offensive performance against Pac University, and Sadiki Otieno, who was a crucial piece of keeping our clean sheet, got the call for the first adventure of the season, a private training session at VMX Fitness, arguably the #1 training facility in all of Nairobi, over 30,000 square feet of space full of world-class equipment and trainers. The boys each got a brand new pair of shoes, then met up with VMX trainer Brighton Achoki, who led them through a complete workout. The crazy part is they kept getting stopped by fans who wanted pictures. It's good to see the squad getting some recognition out in public, a true testament to our fan base and how popular the club has actually become. It was a great start to this program, and shout out to VMX Fitness. They're the same people who donated a ton of valuable equipment to our basement gym. We truly appreciate the support, and we're looking forward to working with them and other brands in the Nairobi area as we continue to show off more of the amazing companies and brands that Kenya has to offer. Our academic headline of the week goes to Stephen Kiari, our veteran defenseman who just graduated with a degree in culinary art, catering, and accommodation management, which of course called for a massive party with everyone in the organization getting together in celebration. And lastly, to close out the video, the moment we've all been waiting for. That's all I can show for now, but an anonymous donor, Danny from Spain, donated 110,000 shillings, enough for us to get our very own pool table up on the roof. We'll be hosting some tournaments soon, which will absolutely be nonstop entertainment in future episodes. Our next live stream will be right here on the JerseyBird YouTube channel, a home match against Maji FC, who currently sit 17th on the table with 0 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Kickoff is scheduled for 4 p.m. East African time. That is 1 p.m. in London, 8 a.m. in New York, and 5 a.m. in LA. That's all I have for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a sub, comment where you are watching from, and as always, you can catch new episodes of Road to the Kenyan Premier League every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you for the incredible amount of support from all around the world, and I'll see you in the next one.